to put up some guttering and make this to where we can catch water for the chickens, not have to water them. We've been having to give them water pretty often because it's been so hot. But we found this water barrel, rain barrel, at Sam's, and it was on sale on clearance, so we waited until it went on clearance to get one because it's pretty. Is he pretty too? Yes, a hard-working man is always good looking. It's nice and cool today for some reason. We got 2 days of nice weather.
Right through there, then. That'll work. See if I can find some cat box to put on top. Excuse me. I might have belched just a hair. Alright, that's going to work, I think.
Went looking for a cat block, and look what he came back with.
Piece of granite. You like that, baby?
We did mention the hoarder thing, right? That was been out leaning against a tree for a while.
Oh, I like it. Even looks good.
Yeah, well, that'll keep the rodents out of it. Snakes,
yeah, out of the block.
Snakes and stuff.
There we go.
All right, that'll work. The granite is cracked in half, just so you know. We're not wasting a good piece of granite.
I'd use it even if it wasn't.
Yeah, I know you would. The chickens have really grown. They found a shady spot this morning to forage in the woods. Hey, girls. Got them out so that we're not bothering them while we're working on a project. They get to spend about half a day out. About half a day for them, and then the dogs get out the other half a day. Indy does good with them, but Brody is okay if we're outside. Hey, girls. But we have a new little pup. We'll have to introduce you to her later. And she is, the force is strong with her. She enjoys nothing better than to chase my chickens. Hey, girls. Did you find a nice shady spot? Finding any good bugs out there? They follow me around when I'm working in the garden in case I dig up anything good for them. All right, y'all go back to work.
Pretty simple to use, really.
He's got the end up there already. Got it lined up with the opening. This one is already made for doing this. It has a screen and everything. Yeah, that'd be good. This already has 2 spigots on it. We're going to use that one for the garden and the lower one for the chicken water. So, ended up being not too bad of a deal, and it looks nice.
Yeah. Oh.
Bet you could use one of those big square totes, the 500-gallon totes or whatever else you wanted to. If you need me to hold the end of it, holler and I will.
Okay.
Okay, well, y'all have seen gutters put up before, so that's no big deal. I'm gonna go help him.
Yeah. What we're getting ready to do, we've got the gutter in, the barrel hooked up for watering, and I've got this 1/2-inch PVC pipe, and Cinda bought the little watering dills, really nifty. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this thing right up here and clamp it onto those 2, and then I'll have 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to elbow into here and go on the inside and put 3 more on the inside the same way. So that's where I'm at right now. I just got to do some cutting and gluing, and we'll get back with you.
That way they can get a drink when they're out free ranging and also when they're inside. So we do have pans sitting out for them in the garden, but they come up here quite a bit too.
But this is going to work really nice. Okay, what I'm doing is I just cut my section here and I kind of divided to put these 3 watering deals in. So I'm not going to glue it yet. I'll just kind of show you what it's going to look like. And you definitely, when you glue all this together, you want to make sure these are the same height or they won't work. I cut all these at 12.5 inches because that's what comes out right on our chicken coop. If your boards are spaced different, you'll have to cut them a little bit different.
We bought the little T connectors on Amazon because they're made the right size. Those are real, you can't really find those at the hardware store, but they're made to go with that.
Yeah. So that's just going to fit right in there like that. Then I got some little clamps. I'm going to clamp that on there like that. And it'll be ready to go.
And then you're going to go through.
Yep. I'm going to go through there. Just put a little section and jump over and grab the other side. I'm going to build another one just like this.
That way they can have water inside and out.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, I got my other side in. I got this one. I just glued that on. So now I'm going to clamp this right here. I'm not going to tighten it down yet, but I'm going to snug it down. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect. I know some guys don't use a hose. They put it rigid to their tank, but I'm going to put a hose. You can see my fitting back here. I bought one of those fittings that'll screw onto this. And so I'm going to cut me a piece of hose and run it around to my nozzle and just turn it on. And I've got one for each end. Some guys buy a hose with the same end on each end, and I checked at 2 lumber yards and I didn't see one anywhere. I don't know where they're buying them.
We live in a small town though, so
that's true.
If you live somewhere else, you might be able to find one.
That's true. So that's what we're going to do next.
I'm going to need this.
I'm just going to snug that down a little bit. Just kind of steady it.
These are actually for electrical conduit, so they're not quite big enough for that.
Yeah.
If you tighten them all the way down, it'd be too tight.
Yes, it would. I'll probably crush the pipe. I'm getting ready to turn the valve on. We're going to fill these puppies up. Here it comes. Look at this. Oh, they're filling. Ain't that crazy? That's enough weight to shut them off.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is. Look at that.
So these are supposed to shut off when they get enough weight in the cup. The cup tips down and shuts the valve off.
Yep, they're working. I don't see none on the inside yet.
Yeah, just a minute.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah. See any leaks anywhere?
Not yet. Not yet.
Man, I'm good.
How hard is that?
All right. Chicken's got water. We got what? How big is that? 50 gallons?
50. Yeah. We'll probably run some water through it to get rid of the yucky PVC glue.
How are we gonna do that? Oh, I'll unscrew them all.
Yeah, just dump them out.
We'll dump them out.
You're so smart. Just gonna turn them
Look at
up. Just turn them upside down for a little bit. Let them
That was
run.
Cinda's idea. I would have screwed them all the way out.
Just turn them a half a turn so that it runs some water through and clean out the pipes a little bit.
I gotta give her credit too. I never steal her credit. Well, we don't want them to eat all this toxic stuff that humans drink when you put plumbing in a house.
Yeah, but you do run water through it before you start drinking it, I would hope.
All right, flush them a little bit. Then I like it. Yeah, you know how much easier that's going to be than filling this
Yeah.
up?
I'm sure.
At least once a day.
Yeah, we were having to fill that up once a day for 14 chickens, and then plus they can't get a drink outside. So this will be better both ways for when they're free ranging and also when they're in their pen. It may not work in the winter time because they'll probably freeze, but at least
we got one that heats.
Yeah, we got one with a heater in it for winter. But they won't be drinking as much, I don't think, in the winter time either. It's just been really hot. So now we just need to do the feeders and we'll be done. If you have a small garden, this many chickens would probably utterly destroy it. But as you can see, we have an abundant crop of weeds. So they have a lot of greens that they can eat if they want to. My garden doesn't usually look this bad. But we've been busy. He's working on the feeders. He's got one put together, a test one. He's gonna paint it so, not just so that it'll look nicer, but also so that it won't rot as quick.
Sun's hard on this stuff.
It's kind of a weird color.
Is it not brown enough for you? That's what it's going to look like, though, right there.
Watch out, Brody.
And so what I did, this is the sewer pipe, the thin-walled. I think it's SD35. And I bought a 45, and then I bought the 90, so they could get their head in here and hit the bottom.
Yeah.
If you just put a 90 on there, it's harder for them to reach back there and get it out.
Yeah, and then you have old feed down in there.
So I didn't want it to get old.
And this isn't as thick as the stuff that they use for sewers, is it?
No.
Wasn't it thinner walled, and the fittings were a lot smaller?
The regular Schedule 40 is bigger. It's 4 inch. This is 4 inch, but it's like a sewer pipe.
It's not
Schedule 40 is too, but it's a lot bigger.
Yeah, and the fittings were different. Yeah. This one, the fittings were smaller and worked better. Anyway, you can look and see what you have at your store. That seemed to work. Let's see how it goes.
Anybody need their car paint, let me know.
Yeah, because that's so beautiful. Looks like camo. The girls have already figured out how to do your drinking. It was easier for them to figure out. Yesterday, we cleaned out the weeds that I had put in there for them because they'd ate everything down but the stems, and it was hard for them to kick in the stems. You can see they're really enjoying having the fresh water. But Lance mowed the yard yesterday, so we just took all the grass clippings, well, not all of them, but 2 loads, and threw them in here. So they're about 3 inches deep. Boy, that made it smell nicer. Took out all the old stuff, and we hadn't done that since we put the chicks in, so it was getting a little stinky. Anyway, put those in the compost pile and got them some fresh grass, and boy, they were kicking it up yesterday. They liked it, eating all the bugs and eating a lot of the grass too. So I think we're going to do that, probably put a fresh batch in.
I'd say use cleaner on this, but since it don't have water pressure, you don't have to worry about it leaking.
Yeah.
So we ain't too concerned about that.
Just don't want it to fall apart.
Yeah. You always got a line on these. You just line the line up. Then it's straight. Probably most people know that.
Unless you're just a chicken person and not a construction person.
You always have a line on them.
Yeah, that's a good thing to know. had a chop saw, you could do it even faster, but it's too much trouble to walk that far.
I've got one. You got two.
He's too lazy to walk that far.
It's a long ways to walk. I'm gonna start off with 2 of these. And I got enough for 3. So if that don't work, and don't glue this on, this is where you fill it.
Do you think?
We're just leaving that loose. All right.
These are super easy to make, but this takes a few minutes, really.
I'll just touch that up with some.
Took him longer to find his strapping than it did to make them.
It did. I didn't think I was ever gonna find it. All right. Let's fill it up with some. I don't need that, do I? Get that out of here.
So he made these like 40 inches tall, just so they'd fit in here nice, but you can make them however tall you want. That held about probably, what, 25 pounds of feed?
20 to 25.
20 to 25 pounds, a little over half a bag.
If you use the bigger Schedule 40, it's got a bigger hole, so that would probably be a half a good.
Yeah. So, but you could also make them taller if you want it to hold a whole bag. Dogs are on something. Must be a squirrel alert.
Sassy's leading the whole bounce.
Yeah. I've been in here about 2 minutes and they're already getting curious about the new addition to their room. So they're gonna go check it out. Hopefully, we've got this where we can raise it up higher and they start kicking a lot of stuff into it. But hopefully they'll be the right height. We'll see how it works.
Are you out of it?
Yep.
Oh, lucky. Awesome.
So that didn't take them long. About 3 minutes.
They're cleaning it up off the floor too.
Okay, so far with the feeders, the chickens have been pulling out a lot of grain. We put a dill underneath to catch it, but it's still going to be wasteful and a mess. So Lance has got an idea of how we can fix it. We'll see if we're going to do a test one and see if it works. If anybody else has an idea how to make this better, let us know in the comments.
Good morning, girls. Well, guys, I just wanted to show you one thing we kind of messed up on. We showed you these yesterday. Well, you can see all the food that they're dragging out, so it's wasting it. So I just took a cap and cut it halfway, and I think that'll keep them from pulling the food out because they're taking their head and sitting here going like this. So I think with this cap, but I'll let you guys know. Watch this, she'll stick her head in there. Here's food right there. See it? Can you get it? Sassy, get back. Yeah, they're wanting the food down there in the pan. But I'll let you guys know, and you can give us some suggestions on that if you got a better idea how to fix that.
Well, here's what we ended up doing. One of them we put a cap on and cut half of it off, and that worked real good. And the other one, he just put a little extender on there, and that seemed to work just as well, and it was easier. So either one of those ways works fine. They don't waste feed anymore. Well, I just went out to let the chickens out to go free ranging, and I had a nice surprise. We got our first egg this morning. I'm gonna have to get some straw to go in the nest boxes since they started laying. Woohoo! I'm excited. Hey, big girl. You coming up here to see me? Come out here to the lake for a little bit. Decided not to work tonight. Let the boys have some fun.
Get that ball, baby. Andy, go get the ball. It's over here.
This is Sassy's first time at the lake. I don't think y'all have met Sassy. She's our new member of the family. She was given to us by my daughter-in-law's dad, who passed away just recently.
Brody, are you sitting on the other one?
She's 9 months old. He wanted her to have a good home. So we've been trying to give it to her. And she is a bundle of joy. Andy, goodness.
Brody was sitting on the other ball trying to lay it, I guess. Looks like he sat down on it. Look what happens when we get older.
Are you trying to stay in the shade? Huh? Are you trying to stay in the shade? Yeah. See, it's not hot out. You could go swimming. She hasn't learned how to swim yet. Oh, that was pretty smart. I think you did that all by yourself. That was pretty smart. School started, so we're back to owning the lake again. It's a great time to live here.
Well, it's always been our lake, but it's just been a little crowded. We let people come on it.
Right. She's not sure what to think about all this water. She got in about ankle deep, and that was pretty much it. She's scared of those stumps in the water. She trusts Brody. Brody is her buddy. She says, if Brody says it's okay, it must be okay. Andy, are you having fun? You sure went swimming a lot. It's really good for his back. He has trouble with his back legs. He was paralyzed when he was a puppy for a while, or when he was about 4. So he is coming back to haunt him, as most things do when you get old. But swimming seems to help. Captain said it's time to go home. It looks like somebody's tired. Brody said he likes this beach just fine, Dad. Like to relax, layers aren't blowing too hard.
Thousands of there, isn't it?
It's hard to express how many birds there is here. Don't know.